Alright, hey champs, and welcome to the Nouveau Riche Podcast. So, I wanted to come on real quick and tell you a little about how I spent my day today in this little bonus thingy. So, today, this afternoon, I had a few free minutes, so I picked up Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, great one. But I had it in my hands and I thought about it. I was like, what did I get out of this book? I completely forgot it. So that just triggered something in my mind, like what the fuck? Because that was a really hard one for me. I spent a good 2 or 3 weeks reading that one because it was just a hard one. So it was like those 2 or 3 weeks were just for nothing because I completely forgot about what I got out of that book. So I was like, this is not how you should read it. I learned it just from when I was 5 till this point on. You just learn read a book, pick up a book and read it from left to right, cover to cover. That's how you should read a book according to the people who teach you how to read a book. But I was like, that can't be the only way. So I did a little research and I looked for how do my mentors read books, how do my friends read books. So I came up with this these 5 steps I came up with in how you should read a book according to me. So the first thing you really need to do is get over the mindset that you need to read a book cover to cover, because that's what got in the way for me, because I was like, when I only read certain parts of a book, it will fuck me up because I didn't really read it. That was my mindset. So I got a little FOMO out of that. But you gotta get over that and just like a book, like a 200 or 300 page book, 90% is just bullshit because they need to fill it up. Otherwise, they can't sell you the book. So they only 10% is really important. So this is my my steps in reading a book. So when starting with a book, set a timer for yourself. Know how long you want to really dedicate your time to that. Otherwise, you'll just get into a circle of not being productive. And that kind of mean. So set a 20 minute or 30 minute timer for yourself. So you know, how do you say it? You know what to do. You know the time you have left, blah, blah, blah. Be real with yourself here. So set a 30 minute timer for yourself. So the first thing you do, pick up the book and read about the author part, So look the author up on Google or whatever and just know why he wrote the book, his mindset of that. So you can look at the book from his perspective, why what he wants you to get out of it, that kind of thing. So that's the first thing you need to do. First step. Second step, go to the table of content to get an indication of what the book is. So when doing this, you have for yourself in your mind, you know how the book is set up and that kind of things. So you know what can potentially be important. So you just memorize the table of content. You just know how it is structured, that book. That's the word I was looking for, structured. Alright, third step, so you know who the author is and you know what's really in the book. You read the table of content. So those two things. Then you set a goal for yourself. So let's say it's a finances book or a health book or whatever, marketing book. It can be anything, of course. So set for yourself a goal. What do you want to get out of this book? So with Think and Grow Rich, for example, you know that's about the law of attraction, for example. So you make for yourself the goal. I want to know what the law of attraction is, how I can apply it. So next thing you do, so you have the, like I said, you have the time. So you're strictly with yourself with the time. You know who the author is, his mindset. You know what's in the book and you know the goal for yourself. Next thing, read the introduction or the first chapter, the first thing the author wrote, and the last chapter. Because the first and the last thingies are most of the time just the most important. The middle of the book is just stuff to fill it up so they can sell it to you. last thing chapters most of the time, or the introduction, most important. Read those 3 things. Make notes, by the way, when you read a book, just with a pen or a highlighter, or when in EPUB you just with your finger, whatever, make notes so you can come back to it. Do this, and then you most of the time you have like a few nuggets you wrote down. If you still have time left, let's say you're busy for 20 minutes now, you set a 30-minute timer, you have 10 minutes left. My door just exploded there. I don't know what the fuck happened. Alright, I'm sorry. You go, what was I saying? You had like 10 minutes left. You go back to the table of content and you just look for any chapter that just catches your eye with a good title or whatever. You go to that chapter, read it, make notes, then you put the book away. You look at your notes, email them when in EPUB, like I said, put it away. And I learned this from Dan Locke. You pick you pick one from the notes. You pick one thing that like really sticks to you. So you just in 30 minutes you read the whole book, kind of, and you have one nugget. And that nugget, promise yourself like, this thing I just learned, whatever the fuck it is, you just learned from that book, apply it to your life in the next 48 hours. Promise yourself, alright, this thing, how can I apply this to my life? Because what I did, last year, 2018, I read 30 books. That just fucked me up, because I wanted to read 100. But it didn't work, because it just takes so much time to really read a book. I read like 50 pages an hour. That will be 4 or 5 hours a book. Just a full week. Well, I'm a little procrastinator, so like I said, 30 books, it just doesn't work. This way you can really, when you make it a habit to like read 30 minutes when you wake up every day or something, you can, just push it through, make it a habit. So you can read a book every single fucking day. So pick the thing you want from your notes, pick one thing, apply it to your life right now. Because book knowledge doesn't work. We all know that. That's the number one thing I got from, like the hate thingies I got from people, because who knew I started this podcast, like, book knowledge doesn't work. It's, of course, knowledge is power, we all know that saying. I'm sorry, I'm fucking this up. Like I said, a little bonus thingy. My phone just, again. Alright, I'm sorry. Apply the things you learn to your life. So, one thing from the notes, apply it. Just in the next 48 hours, apply it to your life. You can come back into that book like in a week or something, again read it and again read it and again read it. Doesn't matter. You just this is the best way and quickest way to really get something new and apply it. Because you can read a whole book and forget about it, like I did with Think and Grow Rich. Doesn't matter. So repetition in this is important. It's like, who said this? I forgot who said it. I remember. Grant Cardone's pilot, Ryan, no, I don't know. He's called Ryan. He said it's better to read one book and just completely master it than 100 books. And that's right, because if you really got it, apply the things to your life, more important. Alright, so, quick summary. Set a timer for yourself. Read the author, about the author part. Go to the table of content to get an indication. Set a goal for yourself with the book. Read the first chapter, last chapter. And if you have time left, go back to the table of content and really quick read what you wanted, what like catches your eye. That's just it. Apply to your life. Most important thing I can give you here. Yeah, that's it. That's what I wanted to tell you. I spent like the last 3 hours just discovering this. But yeah, that's how you read a book. By the way, if you can't sleep, read biographies. You don't have to read it this way, because that doesn't work. Like the Steve Jobs biography, for example, great one. Go read that. You just fall asleep really quick. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say real quick. Apply things to your life, most important. Get over the fear, like the fear of missing out. You can always get back to a book. You know how a book is structured when you read the table of contents. So when you bump into a obstacle in your life, you know, alright, I read it in the table of content. You can pick up the book again and really apply the things you read in that thingy to your life. Alright, that's what I wanted to say real quick. Thank you for listening. Enjoy your day. Go read a book. Good for you. Alright, bye bye.